this, and this is how I wanted to go down in the title. I wanted to go fuck you, fuck you. I'll show you why real quick. This this isn't gonna take long at all. This is one of my um terrible skills of managing to have this not ready to do a screen share thing. It's my fault. I'm sorry, but here it is. This is why. This is why I'm saying that. Because they say the hypocrisy. Now, you can't say what's gonna happen if Hillary's not just her, but they, they want to say, oh, you can't say anything about her being a woman, or about women being in control, and about how, like, if you look at anywhere in society, when a man steps in, usually they get, the shit handled or whatever. And you're not even putting in the right bitch or the right woman that has the character to go in there and nip that shit in the bud. Wouldn't you think it would be a conservative woman? And I don't even really know if who the Republicans gave us at Carly Fiorina is even conservative enough for the right. I just I like um Ben Carson a lot. I think that I think I would have done the same thing he did. You know, please don't patronize me because I'm white and he's black. I don't know anything about the differences there. All I can tell you is if Cruz were to have took my uh, people who are potential votes for me and then lied to them and said, oh, that I had told them that I wanted them to be on uh, my ticket now, hey, jump on Cruise, jump on the Real American bandwagon now because the Real American is telling you, you can't vote for Trump, you gotta vote for me. So I kind of took a sour turn, turn away from Ted Cruz when he did that. And the dirties they want to say Trump is. Trump um, basically did not go and say, hey, now, you're, since Ben Carson fell out, they're gonna be all, Trump people now. But after they do that, then I don't know if that's invitation to let Trump do that now. Thanks, Cruz. I still support Trump. I'd like to see what happens there. I think that there's a huge difference between Trump, Trump's being kind of facetious or however you'd say, whatever the word is for that, and however Obama has been kind of like his way or the highway. But I mean, there's some real ways to make him and all of his lefties shut their face. I mean, they're just dealing with the wrong people. They don't have the right people basically in their face. That's what I think. That's my opinion. I think that if you have more people like me out there in their face, then I need certain protection. I need to be able to go about my freedom and not be harassed or poked or prodded or touched. Because I'm the type of person who doesn't deserve to be in a situation where I cannot thump another person's ass if they try and put their hands on me. So it's just completely unfair and it's unsavvy. But here we are. Didn't mean to go off and make it a big old political thing. I make politics out of everything. I mean, Obama's not an ideologist. I mean, all that shit is not ideology at all. Gay marriage. Come on. Oh, I wonder what his buddies Iran think of making gay marriage here in America. You know, I wonder if they hate America more now. Gee, I wonder. But that's who he appeases to. Shits on our allies. Hillary, who thinks she's any different. So we've got this this deal here, not eligible for monetization. Again, I don't put this crap on any of my videos anymore. I don't care. I'll make money hustling, uh, selling, stamps or something. You know what I mean? I'll make my hustle doing something else. I don't need this bit and these people telling me that I don't have the right to speak, and that if there's some crucial shit that's gonna happen and I feel like if you vote for this bitch, if you vote for this witch, that some shit is gonna go down in America, and I want to know what American enemies are gonna take over, if not actually America, but the world, because you had Obama in there. Who's predominant in the UN now? A bunch of Muslims, huh? A bunch of people. I don't even know how many of them are ragged or not, because I don't describe people by their religion. I don't come out and say, "Hey, this Christian, hey Christian, you get your ass over here, Mr. Christian," so that I can show you and characterize you in front of all these people and scandalize you and then get away with fucking with your character completely. Okay, instead of saying what you really are, and that's an American or an Arabic person, somebody with Arabic descent. So that's why I don't call them Muslims. I call them Arabs. Okay, so you got a bunch of Arabs, and I don't even know if they're the right or wrong Arabs that are in there. Okay, so to say Muslim more and more, oh, it's Muslim or it's not a Muslim, and let's patronize these Christians over here. Okay, and not be politically correct yourself at all. But then whenever it comes time to demonize people for the same exact shit that you are doing, just so that you can let our enemies take over. So can we guess which enemy is going to take over if Hillary becomes president? The Muslims have already got a huge high state, and I'm getting ready to make a video right now. As soon as I pull up my evidence video, because I made an evidence video for George Bush to show everybody that George Bush is not guilty and George Bush is completely innocent for anything that they say he did wrong invading Iraq. And the only thing I didn't put one thing on there that I'm telling people is the expression on his face the day when 9/11 went down has me realize that he has had just as much knowledge as I did, and I didn't know anything. You called me an insider. I'm gonna come over there. I won't kill you because I'm not a fucking crazy person like that, but I might punch you in your face if you called me a terrorist and you said that I knew something about 9/11. I was sleeping in my bed and I was woken up when the shit happened. And when I woke up, I was sitting in bed watching as 9/11 unfolded. And I was a student at Umpqua Community College, and later on when I went in there, you could tell. I talked to a student body president. It was like one of the first people I ran into when I went in that day. And just kind of everything was just kind of like a mope, like just moping around, like we just lost our best friend or something. We were just really, really kind of out of it and mopey. That's all I can say is just distraught Americans. So I ran into Michael K. at the college. I was the student body senator at the time there at UCC. And anyhow, We just kind of had a little conversation. I don't even know, the extent of what we were talking about, how smart or not the conversation was. But all I can say is I remember running into that guy, and it was distraught. Right? There was a distraught to him. So this guy, that was her husband, was president for 8 years, and she's trying to help him to be president and get them back in there right now. And people are missing the point that this lady is not just dirty on foreign policy on helping bad guys, but when they left the White House, did you know that they stole in all the like as much furniture as they could? The Clintons did. So people like that are going around talking about me or you and want to be governed over us, so they can tell us what to do even more. Like as if that type of person has any right to tell me what to do. When they moved out of there, do you know? Did you know that the U.S. taxpayer is paying for the Clintons' Manhattan home? Did you know that? Did you know the Secret Service that they provide for these people, the Clintons, put up um uh a shelter for them, right? Their own compound for the Secret Service to have there, and then charge the Secret Service that they should be kissing the ground around these guys, feet, thinking they're lucky stars they have protection if they're any good at all. Because I seen that the ones on the JFK, John F. Kennedy, bodyguards or whatever, Secret Services, they were the worst, the most horrible dispatched Secret Service agents I've ever seen in my life was with JFK. So, I mean, at any point, they could all of a sudden, where are they? There's not a single Secret Service agent anywhere near JFK. Oh, in the front seat. Oh yeah, it was a the governor of Texas was in the front seat, passenger seat, and the driver was a guy. It looked like he actually was one of the trigger man or the trigger man because he pulled around and it looked like he pulled a gun out and shot the president, the driver of the car. Go look at the videos. Go look at different people's things. If you have enough time, I had enough time recently to take the time because I didn't want to just have people telling me stuff to hear about JFK's, John F. Kennedy's presidential assassination. I wanted to put things together myself and add up a lot of the things. That's why I wouldn't want to be a leader or president without being able to fight, without being able to pull a gun out back. If this guy pulls a gun out on me, not only am I watching everything around me, I got my eye on him. Even if my eyes are wandering around, my eyes are peeled. You know what I mean? They are on your ass like glue. And I'm going to have a gun inside my jacket or person, and I'm going to use it. But I'm definitely not going to have them pulled motorcade up with no protection. So, anyways, this is why I was saying to you two. Obviously, you can tell that I've read a few things, and have a little bit of information gathered that I've processed and have a kind of a strong opinion on politics, which I'm not a dope. I'm getting ready to do another video here in a minute, and I want to, I'm going to go over some things here. I think people are being a moron. You can put a dislike on my video all that you want. You can you come up and try to have a conversation with me and bash me over it. But I'm gonna show how everybody is stupid for letting this idiot whatever he is, black guy or Mexican or whatever Obama thinks he is today. I mean, or whatever he really is. Having him pull us out of Iraq. So that's even more helping, radical people, you know, to help them, inspire them because does Obama think they deserve to be oppressed or through their ISIS oppression that people will eventually be good people or something? Or is that good people to him? So you have actually decent people or good people who would, um, help people who need, instead of looking at people like they're a burden to society, but help people if they can, right? And be nice and be a good, gentle person. Instead, you want somebody who cuts people's heads off and puts it on your lawn, you know? So that's Obama, and that's and that's Hillary, and I mean, and by God damn it, I swear to God, man, and I apologize to God. I'm just using that as as an expression. I do not mean to diss God at all. I'm using those words, to help my expression of how I feel on how this person Hillary is no different than Obama. I'm gonna do it anyways, He doesn't bring Republicans, or she wouldn't bring Republicans and other people in to sit down and talk to her about how she wants their way, or to make a compromise. And that's what Obama did. He Go back and look at how they pushed Obamacare. Republicans came in and they had, if you can understand the language, they had a lot of intellectual ideas out there, and the Republicans were trying to get rid of abuses um, in the medical practice. Um, so by people, you know, that's from what I understand. I think that they're trying to limit frivolousness, and um, that's why they were talking certain words that they said there. Okay, tort reform and all this and that. This is stuff that's maybe above a lot of our pay grades, but I mean we can sit there and talk about it enough to where we can understand. We can understand what they're talking about eventually. But despite what you and I think, or what America needs, or anything else, Hillary would push an issue after issue after issue, even though it would not be in America's interest. Go vote for her. That's what I said about Bernie Sanders. Go vote for him. Go vote for her. Go vote for them. Do you hate America? Do you hate America, this country? I do not know why these people got away with bashing the Vietnam War and bashing what America was doing in our wars, pulling us out of Iraq. And Hillary was actually one person that voted for the invasion of Iraq. So, and I'm not one that's going to talk negatively towards anybody that does that. You'll catch me every day, maybe almost now. I mean, until some point where I stop, where I'll be talking about people, 9/11 truthers, Bernie Sanders and Obama voted against 9/11. They're way more in common and similar about wasting money and helping the enemy, and their foreign policies are retarded, ridiculous, and their home stuff agenda that they're going to do here is um, quite ridiculous as well. Um, but I'm just saying, um, you know, I'm gonna talk more. I'm gonna talk trash a bit. Now I'm supporting Trump through this. He's gonna find out some things that Bush really wasn't a bad guy, and Bush didn't really. There wasn't espionage there, and part of what I'm enlightening people today again is, like I said, I have to bring up an evidence video that I made. It's got all the evidence in it. Wikipedia knows about it all, so that's why, like, um, they're sitting there, it's kind of like on the fence on something, and they're really not saying anything or doing anything. It's because they know what the Democrats are up to, and that there was another 9/11 that happened 1 month into Bill Clinton's presidency. The first World Trade Tower attacks that happened when they tried to, the terrorists, the same terrorists came back when George Bush became president. They were the same exact terrorists that attacked the World Trade Towers when Bill Clinton was in there. They did not, they were unsuccessful in blowing the thing up. The structures were too strong and sound the way that they built them. So that was not even a month into Bill Clinton's presidency. But they'll use the fact that Bush was president for 9 months, man, and I mean, he wanted to be president, so he could have been a magician to figure that out. But I'm trying to show this evidence video so that I can show these everybody that you're all wrong about 9/11 and about our enemies, and you're making um, poor bastards out in the sand in Syria and hardcore in Syria now, and these other places have such a hard ass time because you pulled us out of Iraq. So pulling us out of Iraq is not like pulling our head out of the sand or out of our ass. That was we had our asses pulled, our head pulled out of our ass or whatever, so to speak, like our head squared when we went into Iraq, when we invaded Iraq. Anybody who says that Iraq was a bad idea has got some screw looses in their mind, and I'm going to point that out. I'm going to show my evidence video. You didn't see any of y'all fuckers make a evidence to discredit me and say, and prove to me that what you're saying about George Bush isn't just a bunch of smoke up people's ass, and that you're getting away with blowing steam up people's ass over George Bush is very different than all these other people. And I was gonna say something like, just so I can reach it in and irritate any Democrat that's gonna vote for Hillary or Bernie in here. I was just gonna say, was Jeb Bush, was I got some information that Jeb Bush was the candidate that we should have all voted for. Jeb. And I'm not even serious. I'm just kidding because I wanted to say something like that to irritate and to get under anybody who's gonna vote for Bernie Sanders or Hillary. I just want to get under your skin and piss you off by saying that. I don't really believe that. I believe that Bush should come back and maybe possibly be a permanent president until we can figure out how to get the elections and everything fixed so that we can get another decent um, Republican or whatever in there. But we need people to be educated and not so much propaganda too. So you're talking about taking people's lives and making them be able to understand things on their own and educate them and teach them curriculum and whatever, aside from government. I mean, you can give them a government class or whatever, but you're trying to heighten and, fine tooth and, make their intelligence um, high, as high as you can make them aware and smart. That's what you're trying to do in order to get anybody, because I'm not so sure even talking this positive about them that I'm for a one party system or a two party system. I'm thinking that a third party needs to possibly eventually rise above all these other eggheads, but I don't understand how you can take care of all of our needs here and we not be bankrupt. But what these politicians have been doing is they think that America should pay all of these different countries all around the world, these poor places, that we're at fault for the way that they're, so poor. Whatever the hell the Democrats just did, they just spent 11 to 12 trillion dollars. That's about 3 times more than the 4 trillion that Bush spent when he was in there. And then you're going like, where's the money? What did you spend it on? Obviously, they've had a lot of parties. They've spent billions here, billions there. They've made people like um, um, the senator lady, Democrat from California, Feinstein, and Feinstein, is that right? They made her and her family billions of dollars from being a politician or Democrats like that. Going out there and basically trying to say that they want crock pots to be illegal because it could be a bomb or something like that. I mean, ridiculous stuff. Instead of stopping the terrorists cold dead in their tracks, wherever they are, that's, they want to go ahead and bring them in. And then wait till they commit a terrorist act and then go get them, you know. And then Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan is right on board with them. At first, I thought Paul Ryan was kind of a decent guy, but I don't think that he is, and I don't think that anybody from Wisconsin necessarily has anything good going for them. That's not. I don't think that you have to, because you're from Wisconsin, you're better than everybody else, or you're some kind of just even though you do the wrong thing and you just stabbed America in the back or whatever, and you took a hard left turn, you um, you're not, in my opinion, you're not worth a shit, in my opinion. So here it is. I could give a fuck two shits about having these motherfuckers monetized or whatever the shit. But we have, um, let's say, and I even said hypo fucking fucking if this fucking bitch were to win and fucking sink our country, how would she sink our country? Would she sink it economically first, or would she sink it by just go ahead and surrendering it to fucking terrorists first, or what would she do first? Try to put Americans in prison for talking for just their words, right? I'm going after a Republican, but this totally right here doesn't burn me completely, but it kind of does burn my ass just a little bit here, just a tad bit. That I can't even come on here and say my opinion, and there's no ad in the world that would ever take me up on this video right here. Hillary wins presidency realistically. Which enemy takes U.S. over? Well, it'd be Russia, because Russia just pulled out of there, and I just heard a report here recently that Russia has plenty of money. So I knew that they pulled out because it was part of an economic strategy as far as their military goes. I know that they don't want to be in another Afghanistan and then lose, and then eventually just lose. So, but as far as their stock, their military and their government is concerned, Russia is not poor by any means. Russia is doing just fine. So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. All I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go here, but all I can say is, um, let's say, um, we were, um, this is not hypothetically, um, let's just say, my dad just got up with his dog. Yeah, my dog went bark. Give me a second. I'd say, you really feel like your sincerity is that realistically, I feel that she will get me and other people killed. She is not good for my security. She's not good for mine and your safety. She doesn't do deals with the right people. They have a long trail and history of mess after mess with the media and other people. Fools want to try to pretend that there's nothing wrong with the Hillary Clinton presidency. And that's why I said, fuck you again. Because if we get killed, I'm just telling you now, just in case some point in time comes and I don't get a chance to tell you, fuck you for that. So fuck you for that, fucker. And damn it.